them their just shock and awe about what's going on in the White House when it's all lies. It's all an illusion. But the radical left
he's right.
have been able to get people around Trump to become witnesses in this impeachment coup.
Excuse me. You mean like Donald Trump having witnesses around him? Oh, man. See, this is a lie, right? This right here. And the theme that's going on here is Trump is going to be assassinated with the attempt of sabotaging his airplane, so Air Force One can like fall or something. Now, Christopher Green's little buddy here, Chad Booksan, is bringing up. They're talking about JFK. Don't get too cocky, traitor. They showed up for JFK too. JFK Boulevard in Philadelphia. Donald John Trump just arrived at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Will be out shortly as we wait for more of you to get in. Will be out shortly. Not we'll be out like we will be. Just arrived at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Will be out shortly. In other words, Texas will be out shortly. Let me just say straight off the bat, the Cowboys game and the Eagles game on the 20th of October is a leadway. You see, Jonathan Kleck lives in Texas. The Cowboys, you know, it's the Cowboys. It's his team. My team's the Eagles. If you haven't noticed, Kleck plans on taking out Philadelphia and anybody that's a messenger in Philadelphia. He plans on taking them out because he's that star that's going to destroy Philadelphia. But Chad Booksan here.
Have you heard about the Ukrainian call? What happened to the Ukrainian call? They're stepping away from that.
He's acting so
They're stepping
tough.
away from that. They're going to go to the next phase. What are they doing? There is no legal proceeding. U.S. military commanders, deep state officials, even media people in Hollywood.
Military commanders are on their way. I know a couple of them.
Look what Tom Arnold just suggested, and I find it funny how they're all of a sudden going out of their way to even, talk about JFK like they were applauding JFK's assassination. So Tom Arnold, we know this has been a heavy critic, and look, who cares
they're
about
not
Tom
leading
Arnold?
into this, are they?
The media, Hollywood, deep state
Hollywood.
complex. This is all connected. These institutions,
it's all connected.
All socialist, communist, connected to each other. He tweeted this as President Donald Trump was at the American Airlines Center, and before he went on the stage, on
the world stage,
Tom Arnold tweeted this: "Don't get too cocky, traitor. They showed up for JFK too. Don't get too cocky. They showed up for JFK."
It sounds like Kleck and SJD arguing, pretending that they don't know each other.
Dallas, right? You have people in Hollywood, people in the media. You just heard what the people said at CNN. Hopefully, don't get too cocky, traitor. They showed up for JFK too. Don't get too cocky. They showed up for JFK too. Where did JFK get shot? In Dallas, right? You have people in Hollywood.
Hollywood and Dallas and getting shot. Man, I feel like around the 20th of Sunday that it's like a plan to just try to eliminate anybody. Like, look at Trump. According to the mainstream script, he's playing the Messiah. He's acting like he don't know, right? And Obama, he's going to be the Antichrist. He's going to be the one that kills Trump. Correct? I mean, isn't Jonathan Kleck the Antichrist? And he doing the same thing? Isn't he attacking Philadelphia? Like, what do you got? Like, what do you have against Philly, Kleck? You know, ever since you and Michael Spears started talking about Church of Philadelphia, you know, Yoder Lumber, the Home Depots, and the Lowe's, when you start talking about it, it feels like there's always like some kind of repercussion that happens after you start talking about places that you've been going to or you've came across or whatever. Like the Phoenix, when you're driving to Phoenix, it's going to rise. That kitchen is like 900 degrees. It's going to be hot, very hot, burning in hell. And you happen to drive by the Hoover Dam, you know, it's going to blow. And if you start talking about the sun, which you will in your next video, the sun's gonna eventually go down and bow down to you. But that's just a simulator. Only the simulator is going to bow down to you, not the real sun. That's why you can't touch the real sun, because it's up in the sky. You can only hide it, cover it up, don't let anybody know about it. You know, the real sun. So with you having you got all these connections with the sky, like things in the sky you got connections to. And so there's like these stars that are coming, right? There's asteroids coming. There's a lot of evil coming that's being portrayed like on the television set. We're going to see so much of it. And the Eagles game, because it represents an eagle, it represents Philadelphia because it is the Philadelphia Eagles. And you are representing the star. Am I right? You're representing the star that's going to destroy Philadelphia. The Cowboys are playing. Let's see here. Well, one thing I just want to see. Did you design that bug? Also, like, is that your design, Kleck? I wouldn't put it past you. I mean, it's like, now that everything's coming out, I just feel like you have a lot more. You're responsible for a lot more than what you're actually saying. So here's the star. There you are, Kleck. That's you. You are the cowboy. Okay? You're the cowboy. Like, you really are. I bet you know how to ride a horse and all that stuff. I don't. I want one. I want a couple. I want a black one and I want a white one. But you're the star, okay? And I'm the eagle. I am the eagle. I represent the eagle because I'm from Philadelphia. You represent the Cowboys because you're from Texas. There's your stadium. Now, the Eagles-Cowboys game is October 20th. I'm just trying to see what time here is. It's a night game, right? Because it's at AT&T Stadium, which represents telephone lines, right? Philadelphia, there's a Comcast building in Philadelphia, which represents Wi-Fi. So if you kind of like, if you hit the telephone lines at AT&T Stadium, I don't know, like with, say, like an asteroid or something from the sky, if you hit the Cowboy Stadium, or with a star, a falling star hits there, but it can also hit Philadelphia too. So, let's see. So Cowboys, Eagles. It's week 7, because next week will be going into the 8th week. I said something about this. I have to look back on the video, but something about this game in the 7th week and of the 8th, 7:22 is when they play, Sunday. AT&T Stadium, telephone line stadium, right? And then, so we'll go with the Eagles Stadium. Because it's not going to be in Philadelphia. Like Deshaun Jackson running down the sidelines and there's some big explosion. It's not going to be in Philadelphia. It'll be more like where it's not going to be here. Man, that looks like it's flat. It looks like a pancake. Who designed that? Kleck, I like your design better. The bug, the locust. I don't. No, that's not. That's not the stadium itself. I don't know. They all look like bugs. This one's like an open, peeled open top. Anyway, I see this game being some kind of symbolism as to what's to come. Like Philadelphia being the target, Dallas, the cowboy, the Jonathan Kleck cowboy, the star, the angel, the simulator of the angel of the Church of Philadelphia, the sun simulator. So the star destroys Philadelphia. The Cowboys destroy the Eagles. If nothing happens, I mean, they're just going to get destroyed by the star. I mean, I'm going to say a blowout. If it's going to be a blowout, Eagles are going to get destroyed by the Cowboys. If an asteroid or a star doesn't hit, yeah, I'm going to say it's a star because it's reserved. Like, it's going to be hilarious 21 days from now, rewatching this video after seeing all the events happen. I'm going to be like, it's going to be like, but the star that's reserved for Philadelphia, at least. The star that actually hits the buildings, or the William Penn building, or the 8th building, 17th and John F. Kennedy, somewhere in that area, it's just seems like it's going to hit, but it's just going to be a star, a holographic image from the sky. That's all it's going to be, along with some bombs set up to make an explosion to make it look like a star hit it. And then, but there's 2 asteroids that are reserved for, one of them's reserved for the water, the other one's reserved for the Vatican, the biggest church, the biggest altar in the world, which represents the penis and vagina, according to Kleck. That's what his own words and semen and everything. The only reason he knew that is because God gave him that gift. God gave him that gift. God gave him the Vatican Church. It's a gift. He gave it to him. So he's the artist behind it all that drew everything. Kleck is like the most famous artist in the world, I think. Come on, you got your damn artwork on the back of $20 bills. You fold it over and you got the towers collapsing. If you got your artwork printed on the back of dollar bills, I would say you are probably the one in charge of the money. Like, I'm just taking a guess that you can actually just take the money, which you are going to do, by the way. You're just going to take the money. You're going to take the tongue out of the lamb and just silence the lamb by just cutting off, starting like Sunday, October 20th, around 7:30, probably 8:48 p.m. Yeah. Is it going to be 8:48 p.m. this time that a star hits, or is it going to be a terrorist attack in the stadium? Yeah, it's let's see, it's yeah, because an explosion down the sidelines. That's why the last time I said that the next two games, the two games I said that we're probably having it. Deshaun Jackson, he's like, I'm not playing. I would not play at this game. Deshaun Jackson. But if it's your script to run down the sidelines and pretend that you got blown up and get a wounded head, just to kind of, it's got to be manifested in all angles. I'm getting silenced. I'm from Philadelphia. The one that's actually telling you the truth. And then Deshaun Jackson, because his name is Deshaun, like Stephen James Deshaun. It's like you get silenced, you get wounded too, but you're gonna live. Because I'm gonna get wounded, but I'm gonna live. But you're gonna get wounded with your head, but you have a helmet on, so it doesn't take you out. The terrorist attack happens. It happens. Now I'm gonna say it happens later on in the game because here's what Kleck wants to have happen. He's commanded the Cowboys to destroy the Eagles. So probably in like the fourth quarter, the terrorists they'll terrorize you and say that they blew people up. They're going to terrorize you. It's what they do. They're the media. They have miracle signs and wonders everywhere. So you get injured too, along with me. But they're all, like, mine's just spiritual. It ain't literal. Yours is just movie-ish type. Like, you're just on the set. It's not real. And then, Trump, his airplane falls from the sky. Like, right around the ocean, because there has to be the rumor, like, his airplane hit the water, and they can't find him. So, the people that believe the Bible is literal, like the story of Jonah, where he actually got swallowed up by a fish for 3 days inside of like a great fish that you can, I don't know, like survive in there. I don't know how that works, but for those that believe that, they're going to say, oh my God, for the next 3 days, like, well, what do you think? Maybe, I mean, he is the Messiah. Maybe a whale came by and swallowed him up. And then 3 days later, he hops out. And instead of it being Kleck, that's actually the script that he wrote for Trump, the media. The media wrote the script for Trump. So that's why his airplane has to fall. And because you're going to blame it on ISIS, Obama, because Obama is being blamed as the one that created ISIS, which, they're all actors. It ain't like one actor created the rest of a group of actors. It's just, these are all acting. It's all an act. It's the whole mystery here. It's all an act. Everything is acting. And right now, it's going to start ramping up so much. It's going to be insane. Like, I'm kind of glad that my channel is going to get shut down, because it'll just be nonstop. I won't be able to keep up. I'm just going to have to sit back and watch, like, man, look at that. Yep. And, just predict the next move, because we're at that time. That's why it's easier to predict, because when you know the timeline, give or take a few days or a couple weeks or maybe 21 days, we're just there at that time where all these events are starting to take place. And because there's a time limit with the 20th of Sunday, October 20th, and into the 21st, which is the 7th of the 8th year, that's why after this game at the stadium of the telephone stadium name, Bell Atlantic or whatever it's called, it's the connection of everything being in sync with who's up in the mainstream media, who's in the social media, and who's in the underground that nobody really knows, except for you guys, which is Steve. So Steve he's already disappeared now. He's going to rise back up on 3/11, because I believe that's 21 days for him since he disappeared, right? Anyway, yeah, I guess so. So when a star destroys the eagle, the team has to destroy the eagles as well. I mean, I would bet $1,000,000 on this game that you. Hey, does anybody take me serious? Do you want me to make you rich? I'll make you rich. I'll bet you $1,000,000 that I don't have. I can just get Kleck to draw me a few. Kleck, can you draw me $1,000,000 bill, and then just print it for me? I'll do this. I'll bet you that Kleck will make me $1,000,000 bill. He'll draw it out for me, hand it, deliver it to me personally. I'll bet you that $1,000,000 that the Eagles will not win this game, and they're going to get beat down. Beat down. I mean, I think even the quarterback's going to get like a broken I don't know, like a broken leg or something. He'll get hit and they'll pretend his arm's broke, something like that. It's like you might even see the first 10 plays, 10 Eagles dropping, just dropping like flies. Just drop, 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 drop. Injured, injured, drop, 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 drop. Because of the theme, it is time to beat down the Eagles. Anything that represents Philadelphia has to die. Except for the Sun Simulator, of course. Except for the simulating messenger of the angel of the Church of Philadelphia, Jonathan Kleck. He's supposed to prosper and succeed for a times, and a half time. And then you got Lincoln Financial Field, which is the Eagles. The aircraft carrier, which is YouTube, which is the craft that's carrying my airwaves, will get sunk. And then the battleship in the real world, you're going to hear that was sunk. And like 5,000 men died, or 7,000, probably 7, give or take, or 70. One of them's going to be 7,000. Is that how many go on the ship, or is that 5,000? You sunk my battleship. I think it's 5,000. Either way, Philadelphia and anything representing Philadelphia is going to be destroyed. You see the theme? Lincoln Financial Field, Lincoln Financial. The finances are going to be destroyed. Lincoln's going to be destroyed. John F. Kennedy Boulevard's going to be destroyed. JFK, the assassination, just like Donald Trump, the attempt, Barack Obama being responsible for it, them blaming it on ISIS. His other sidekick, the whore that sits on many waters, what's her name? Hillary, yeah. She's playing that script too. So it's Trump, the Messiah, Barack Obama, the Antichrist, and then the harlot is Hillary. But see, Kleck's playing that role too. All of them. Kleck is actually playing all three roles. But you're playing the whore role. You're playing the role where you're trying to get true people of God that worships the Christ spirit. You're trying to get them to cheat on Christ with Lucifer. So you're trying to get a whore to seduce those virgins, the 144,000, the ones that aren't literal virgins. So all these things are going into play where the star is the one that destroys everything, which is the cowboy. So the cowboy's like, yeah, the cowboy. They're cowboys. I mean, they're the toughest people. You know, they're the most rugged, and they're the coolest, kind-heartedest. It's fitting that a cowboy would defeat an eagle. All you gotta do is just shoot it. So the eagle getting shot, you know, in the street, and his dead body's lying in the street for 3.5 days, and then after 3.5 days. But these characters with Donald Trump playing the Messiah, with Jonathan Kleck playing the Messiah, and Stephen James Deshawn playing the Messiah. Well, they're the three main people that I've found in the world that are playing the Messiah. Just those three. Because Stephen James is the underground known for being in the underground. He's not supposed to be known. He's acting like he's not rich as hell. Like, whatever. I get it. Same. And then Kleck is pretending that he's not super rich, but man, does he just lets you know how paid in full he is, right? But he represents just the social media, YouTube platform. That's what he represents as that Messiah. And then Trump represents the mainstream Messiah, that all the world can see. All three are frauds. They're not actually, but they have to play that role. And there's going to be a vote that happens. The ones that are in charge, they're going to get voted out. And that's just the way it works. It's just a simple vote. It's not like some miraculous thing has to happen. That's what people get. That's why people are so misled, like the Zeppelin, because they've been given this impression about what God is, and it's not that way. He's not an instant, like, I'd strike down, like, it doesn't work that way. It works over a period of time. Over a period of time, there's people that evaluate what's going on in the world from the inside out. They evaluate nonstop. When you see, as a regular human being that has a heart for what's good, and that's the majority of the world. That's like the rest in Thyatira. I have no other burden to put upon you, because the burden is the deception that you got to tolerate and endure that you don't know about is burden enough. But those that don't have the doctrine and don't know the depths of Satan, I have no other burden put upon you. So that's what the 7 billion are in my eyes. We're all decent human beings. It's just there's a small minority that really, they really need to change their ways. And the only way they're going to do that is by somebody from the inside being an influence, like Saul at first and then Paul, being on the inside, having that influence that's going to go around for 3 Sabbath days, 3 Sabbaths, 3 weeks, 3 weeks of famine. Paul's going to go around convincing that Christ is on earth. Now, who is he going to say that Christ is on earth? Because that's what Paul, his job is to do. But he's supposed to be Saul first. But he goes around. Now remember, Paul rides off into the sunset while the sun simulator parks for good. Then Paul gets in his speedboat, his yacht, canoe, whatever it is, and he rides off in the sunset. But his job is it's to tell the truth. So when you're on the inside like that, you have an effect on the people that surround you. When I'm on the outside like this, I have an effect on the people that watch my video. I have an effect on the world that I didn't realize I had an effect on. But with me constantly digging and searching for the truth and finding people in their little subliminals and just digging straight through it and just knowing exactly what they're saying with them talking in code, the code is up. Those people are watching now. Well, not now. They've been watching. I just realize it now. Like recently, like right towards the end here, as I'm getting ready to take a bow, I am taking a bow. There is no, this is expected. Now that it's that time, all these events are going to happen. But this happens first. The silencing happens first. And then all the events just take place. It's going to be tough. I mean, I've been up for 600 something straight days, right? 930 will be all together today. It's 930 days all together from start to now. And then 933. Well, that's a nice bow, right? 933. All my videos 33 minutes long. By accident. The ones that are on the inside, that's true. It's just by accident. Like I thought everybody's phone clicks off after 33 minutes. Your phone doesn't click off at 33? That's why I got to delete the videos to keep space on there. But anyway, it's like the time of the videos, it's just by circumstance. And I didn't even know what a 33-degree Mason was. I've learned so much on YouTube just by being trolled to death, almost. Because the trolls, I actually trolled them back to death. Because you guys are going to die in Christ once you see that sun park. I'm telling you, it's real. I'm just telling God, like, hey, God, can you park that sun so I can get everybody's attention so they can finally listen and stop being trollish and lying? Or it's just a sun simulator and it's still going to park. The ones that are parking it, they know that. Kleck knows that. Steve knows it. That's why they pretend that there's planets out there and the solar system. Because you got to believe that stars are going to fall from heaven. You got to believe that asteroids can penetrate the firmament, that there isn't one. You got to believe that stuff. So they got to push that there's a binary system, that there's a planet X. Yeah, planet X is going to come down and X marks the spot and hit Philadelphia right in the square center of the William Penn to clear out Broad Street so it can be even broader, so it can go straight path from east to west and without anything in the middle. I can't stop it. I can just tell you that's what I see. But again, I think Kleck might be prolonging that till November 21st. That's after 11/11. That's after the 21-day period. That's 10 days after. So, but we're going to see what's going to happen with this Eagles game and the Cowboys. For sure, I see them getting beat down pretty bad. And then if there's an attack, it's going to be at the end. It's going to be like towards the fourth quarter when they're already being blown out. At the beginning of the game, the Eagles going to be dropping like flies. The Star's going to destroy the Eagles. And then the same thing, the literal holographic Star is going to destroy Philadelphia as well. And then the real human in the flesh Star, the Star of Lucifer, he's going to destroy the real angel of the Church of Philadelphia. In make pretend world. And then what you're going to do is you're going to round up the 144,000 because that's what you're doing now. The 144,000 are being rounded up and off of social media. You can believe what you want, but it's fear. Fear. We're gonna get you and hang you and cut your tongue out of your mouth, Robin. But we're going to be laughing the whole time because, we're going to be like starstruck by you because it's like, man, I'll tell you, man, you pissed me off, Rob. I want to get you in a ring and pound away, but I was laughing at saying, hey, you make me feel so weird. Like, I can't explain it. I hate you. I love you.